Alright, I've got a scenario for you guys today. The power goes out, my generator building here, somehow the building or the generator catches on fire while it's running in a power outage. What's going to happen with that? As many of you guys may know, I do in fact have a commercial fire alarm system in this garage building here. And this is the garage that generator provides power to in a power outage. So how would this fire alarm system work for detecting a fire in that generator building if that was to happen when the power was to go out? Well, let's take a look in the generator building here to see what's in here for detecting fire for anyone that hasn't seen that already. And if you want to see it all getting installed, I have videos of this whole generator building and this fire alarm system with installing the detection in this building, you name it, I've got a video on it. Also, for anyone that doesn't know, this is my generator setup that I created myself because there was not a store-bought solution for what I have here that isn't extremely expensive. So I built it myself, made my own setup. So let's take a look inside this building and see what we have for fire detection. So the main fire detection in this building comes from these two detectors up here. This detector here is a heat detector, and this one here is a smoke detector. And that's what I'm interested in today. Because of course we have the heat detector, but heat detector is only good when things get really bad, because it's got to get quite hot in there for that to happen, and usually your smoke detector is your first to activate detection and is usually a quicker type of detection. But how would that work when the power is out? And I'll explain why the power being out is a factor here. Well, the reason that's a factor is this damper here opens up. It also opens if just the ambient temperature is high, like it is today because it's a warmer day. That will open up if the temperature's high or if the generator's running. And the big factor here is that this big exhaust fan over here will turn on and extract all the air out of this room, like 3,600 cubic feet per minute to be exact, which is quite a bit. So basically, I'm going to replicate this building catching on fire. So it's what we're going to do. So we're going to set up a fog machine in there, and we are going to simulate a power outage, have the generator start up and run, and then we're going to fill this building with smoke. And I'm interested to see if this detector will detect it or not. If it doesn't, well, then that's good to know that it won't actually detect it when the generator's running. Of course, it's still good to have it there for the 99% of the time when the generator isn't running, but I think it'd be pretty interesting to find out. So let's do it. I set up the fog machine in as general of a location as I can, which I think is just pretty much right underneath the generator here. So that'll just puff smoke into this building. Looks like the damper is closing now, so I guess it's cooled down in here enough. And we'll plug this fog machine in. Going to temporarily unplug the block heater. That's fine, it's not that cold out. And this guy just tells me when the temperature is up enough that it's ready to start making fog, but we'll activate it with this button. Okay, so in the meantime, while this is heating up, I'm going to disable the tie-in to this fire alarm system in the house so that when we set off this system, it doesn't set off the house system, because I don't want to bug everyone that's in there. So we are going to do our garage building B tie-in disable. So there we go, we've disabled the tracking supervisory fire alarm in garage building B. Disabled, that also shows up here that is disabled. So we're all good to set things off in that garage building without making noise in here. Just realized I had the microphone set wrong for that, so I apologize that last audio would have sounded funky. Now I think while we're at it here, why not test all the scenarios we can? So I think first, since that damper's shut and the building's completely sealed up, first we test it on like your average scenario where the generator is not running. What if a fire starts in there? How long will it take to trip that smoke detector? I think we do that first, and then we do it again with the generator running, which that'll be the big challenge to see if it'll set it off while we're pulling so much air through the building. And if it does, I think it'll take quite a while and quite a bit of smoke to do. Which is why I've got a heat detector in there too. Even if it's not the fastest form, it's very reliable. If a fire happens, you're going to be producing lots of heat. So it may not be the quickest, but it should still trip that heat detector at the end of the day. Okay, we are up to temperature. If you look in there, we can start smoking it out. Hopefully you can see that. We're gonna keep that door shut. I honestly don't think it'll need much more than that. Yep. There we go. So that was quick, not much smoke. And we'll see if that'll reset already. Yeah, the smoke's cleared out of there now. So that would have tripped this guy right here. So now will be the big challenge of, will it do it with the generator running? Okay, so we're all cleared. The system's reset. Smoke's out of here. So now we're going to do this again, but with the generator running. So we're going to go ahead and start the generator on here. And we're gonna give it worst case scenario. What I mean by that is we're going to wait for the damper to get all the way open so we have maximum airflow. You can see that fan is pushing air out, but not a lot because the damper's still in the process of opening. And then once it's all the way open, we're going to let the smoke loose and see if that'll trip it. I think that smoke's gonna get sucked right out the back, which this is also kind of a good test to see how good our ventilation is. Which, seeing as it keeps this generator cool, even on a hot day inside this box, I think it's pretty good. So, give it a little bit of time for this to open, and then we'll let the smoke loose. And this might look pretty cool. Might not set it off, but it'll at least look cool. And I just started the generator through the app instead of with the transfer switch, because for what we're doing, we just need it running and the fan running. We don't care if it's actually transferred the transfer switch over, powering the whole garage building. That doesn't really make a difference to us today for what this is. Okay, so that's pretty much all the way open there. That's definitely open pretty wide. The louver's open. It's moving lots of air. Okay, let's let the smoke loose. Oh yeah. Okay, and it still set it off. actually. Not bad at all. Let's actually see how good the smoke gets up there. So I guess it's still getting up there enough to set it off. Ah, cool stuff. That worked better than I was expecting. Apparently this thing has grown since I put it in here. Now it won't come out. Oh, there we go. Just have to angle it. Well, the smoke cleared out of there pretty good, so I think we're good to go for a system reset now. And I did get my notifications. Our door will stick back open at this point. And now that we're done playing around out here, we can put our house system back online. Therefore, if this system goes off, it'll still set the house off. At least set our garage building B strobe and chime off, I should say. Okay, so that's got this system back to normal. Alright guys, well that's about all I can show you for this. This actually worked out better than I was expecting. I knew it would set it off with the door shut, which even that didn't take as much smoke as I thought it might. But with it running, that actually definitely surprised me. I was not expecting that to still set it off, even with that fan running. But it does seem to make its way to the top, and the air getting pulled over the generator is very centralized in the building. There's kind of a, I'm assuming, a column of air right through there. But once something's at the top of the building, like the smoke as it rises, it's really not interfered by the fan too much as it's lower down, and so is the air intake. So once it's up there, it just collects up there and seems to set that detector off pretty well. So with that said, that's all I've got for you in this one. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see me do this fog machine or setting off other things anywhere else in the house with the fog machine or with some sort of heat that I could replicate something, let me know and I will do more of these throughout in other areas. Anyways, if you got any other comments, questions, feel free to leave those down in the comment section. And if you do enjoy my channel, make sure to subscribe. Also, if you are interested, I do have an Instagram account at Pickle700 for bonus content, stuff posted earlier than you'd see it on the YouTube channel, that sort of thing. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching.